Hi, in this video I'm going to show a quick and easy way to analyze all the data that you've captured. And it's a very flexible way of analyzing data. Okay, so go to decision trees, and I'm going to use the one that says this one here. It's got 3 leads, and what you do is you click the download leads option, and when you do, so I'm going to click that. It's going to take you to a page that looks something like this. It's telling me that I've just started downloading. It has started, but it hasn't been completed yet. When it gets completed, you'll be notified in the notifications. So you'll see a bit of a number pop up here to tell you what the notifications are. You just click that. It'll tell you that your export has been completed. If you go view more, you'll end up back on this page, and now it allows you to download. This is the one that I just did a few minutes ago. So you go ahead and you download it, and you end up with a zip file. Okay, so I'm going to quickly go over, and there's the zip file. You unzip it and you open it up in Excel. So I'm opening up in Excel. I'm guessing you could also upload it into Google Sheets. It looks something like this. Now the way to analyze this is this is what it's going to look like. It's going to have all these names and email. I've removed the name and email fields because for privacy reasons. And so these are all the questions and answers that someone has gone through, and all the custom fields that you've saved your responses into. So the thing to do is to highlight that and hit the filter button, and all of a sudden you get the option of seeing all the choices here. So let's say, for argument's sake, I want to see all the men. Then, because in this example there were only 3 male ones, but you'd have female here as well. So you can click the one that you want to work with, and if you want, as soon as you save it, it'll filter it. So let's go ahead, and I'm just going to go change this one to woman just to show you what that looks like. Before I highlight that, it tells me, because there you go, that's all my woman results. You can see it changes in the background. That's all my male results, and that's everybody. Okay, so similarly, if you have a lot of variety of information here, so let's say, for example, instead of a perfectionist, let's say not a perfectionist, just making this stuff up on the fly. And let's say for this one as well, I'm going to put not a perfectionist. So now I've got a guy who's not a perfectionist and a woman who's not a perfectionist. To see what that looks like, you can say, well, give me everybody that is not a perfectionist. So I'm going to click that, and I can see that I've got one guy, one male and one female. But let's say if I want to narrow it down further and say only give me the females that are not perfectionists, then you can do that as well. I found this to be far better, because if you're going to have more than 3 or 4 questions, you're going to get a whole lot of data, and the real insights you get is not by understanding, well, how many people are guys and how many people are girls, or how many are perfectionists or not perfectionists. It's understanding that how many are guys who are not perfectionists and something else. So it's the granularity you get inside the data by seeing 3, 4, 5 things at the same time. And generally speaking, I could give you a fancy chart to say, well, you know what, for the gender question, 50% were guys and 50% were female. That doesn't tell you as much about your marketplace as that, well, hang on a second, that 60% or 80% of my market is not a perfectionist, irrespective of whether they are male or female, or seeing combinations inside it. Okay, so it's important that you create enough custom fields to get this rich data set, and then you can start doing analysis as to what your market actually looks like, rather than just looking at superficial stuff like men and women, which is, in most cases, is going to be rather useless, unless you're selling extremely male specific or female specific products or services. So generally, gender or demographic splitting is not as relevant as psychological splitting or emotional splitting. And so add those custom fields in so you can get a much more depth about your marketplace. Okay, that completes the video for how to analyze your decision tree data. Thank you, and bye for now.